नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 5th chapter, 12th chapter, shloka number 12. This is coming, I think you have to use the remote to connect. Not coming. Oh yeah? Okay. राहु गणित तपसा नयाति न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहत्वा न छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूर्ये बिना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम् राहु गुणैता तपसा न याति न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहत्वा न छन्नदशायैव जलाग्निसूर्ये बिना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम् राहु गणैत तपसा न याति न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहत्वा न छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूर्ये बिना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम्
राहु गणैता तपसा न याति
राहु गणैता तपसा न याति
न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहत्वा
न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहत्वा
छन्ददासानैव जलाग्निसूर्ये
न छन्दसानैव जलाग्निसूर्ये
वीणा महत्पादरजो अभिषेकम्
बिना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम्
गणैत तपसा न याति
राहु गणैत तपसा न याति
न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहाद्वा
न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहत्वा
छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूर्ये
छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूर्ये
विना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम्
विना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम् राहु गणयिता तपसा न याति
नाचे जया निर्वपणाद् गृहाद्वा
न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहाद्वा
न छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूर्ये
न छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूरे
विना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम्
विना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम् राहु गणयिता तपसा न याति न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहाद्वा न छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूरे विना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम् राहु गुणयिता तपसा न याति न चेजया निर्वपनात् गृहाद्वा न छन्दसा नैव जलाग्निसूरे विना महत्पादरजोऽभिषेकम् Rahuguna is repeated. O King of Rahuguna. O King Rahuguna. Etat, this knowledge, tapasa, by severe austerities and penances. Nayati, does not become revealed. No, not. Cha, also. Jajaya, by the great arrangement for worshipping the deities. Nirvapanat, or from finishing all material duties and accepting sannyas. Grihat, from ideal householder life. Va, or na, nar, chandasa, by observing celibacy or studying Vedic literature. Na eva, nor jal agni surya, by severe austerities such as keeping oneself in water in a burning fire or in the scorching sun. Vina, without. Mahat, of the great devotees. Pad, Rajah, the dust of the lotus feet. Abhishekam, smearing all over the body. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: My dear King Rahuguna, unless one has the opportunity to smear his entire body with the dust of the lotus feet of the great devotees, one cannot realize the absolute truth. One cannot realize the absolute truth simply by observing celibacy, brahmacharya, strictly following the rules and regulation of the householder life, living home as a Brahmprastha, accepting sannyas, or undergoing severe penances in winter by keeping oneself submerged in water or surrounding oneself in summer by fire and by the scorching heat of the sun. There are many other processes to understand the absolute truth, but the absolute truth is only revealed to one who has attained the mercy of the great devotees. Purport: Actual knowledge of transcendental bliss can be bestowed upon anyone by a pure devotee. Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhaktav. One cannot attain the perfection of spiritual life simply by following the direction of the Vedas. One has to approach a pure devotee, anya vilasita sunyam, jnana karmadi anavritam. By the grace of such a devotee, one can understand the absolute truth, Krishna, and one's relation with him. A materialistic person sometimes thinks that simply by executing pious activities and remaining at home, one can understand the absolute truth. That is denied in this verse. Nor can one understand the absolute truth simply by observing the rules and the regulation of brahmacharya, celibacy. One only has to serve the pure devotees. That will help one understand the absolute truth without fail. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So I am grateful for getting this opportunity to speak on this glorious subject of Srimad Bhagavatam. I will speak for my own purification. So here in this sloka, the Jad Bharat is speaking to King Rahuguna. So as you all know that in the 5th canto we are reading about the pastime of Rishabhadeva and then subsequently his son, the Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj. And then Bharat Maharaj, he became a deer and then he took a birth as a Jad Bharat. So Jad Bharat in the previous birth as a king, King Bharat Maharaj, he was the son of Rishabhadeva. Rishabhadeva is non-different for Krishna. So he's Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the son of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he was ruling the whole planet. The whole planet is under his control. The whole, so much opulence, everything is under, all the riches, everything is there with him. And then one day after serving his kingdom for so many years, as a righteous king, doing all the things as per the Vedic scriptures, what is mentioned as the dharma of the king, he was doing all those things. And then one day he thought, now I have to dedicate my life for serving Krishna. So he left everything and then he went to Himalayas. And then he made an ashram near to Gandaki river. And then he started doing the worship of the Lord Krishna, doing the chanting of mantra. Then we see that in this process, he was reached to the bhava stage of bhakti. He reached to the bhava stage when he used to chant, the tears used to flow. When he used to worship the saligram, the hairs used to stand on his hands. So he has reached the bhava stage, but somehow or other, by the will of the Lord, somehow he got entangled with a deer. We have seen all these things in our previous classes. And then he got so much entangled with the deer that every time, whatever he was doing, he was thinking about the deer. So whether he is chanting his mantras, he was doing worship to Saligram, or whatever he used to do, he was just thinking about the deer. And in that way, he was just living his life. And then one day he left his body. And since at the time of death, again he was just thinking about the deer, he took birth as a deer. As Krishna is speaking in Bhagavad Gita, what is there in bhava in our heart at the time of our death, next life will get the same body. So he got a next birth as a deer. But by Krishna's mercy, he was remembering what he has done in the previous life. And he was repenting, like what mistake I have done. I reached to that level that I have to just go back to Godhead. There is nothing stopping, in the sense he was going so vigorously, he left everything. He was having everything with him, but he left everything, he went to jungle just to dedicate his life. And after doing, and he was reached the bhava stage. And then because of this small deer, he has to take birth as a deer. So he was remembering all those things. Now he was repenting that I have done the mistake. So what he decided that I should not live with the deers. And then he left the herd of the deers and he left his mother and came back to the same place where he was having his ashram as Bharat Maharaj. He was doing the praying to the Krishna that time. And he started living there. It is there in the, I think, 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, this past time what we were just discussing. And then in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that member of the ISKCON should not think, in the purport very nicely, it's a very positive statement of Prabhupada gave. I thought I should share this. We should always remember that the society is not like a free hotel. Our society of Krishna, ISKCON, is not like a free hotel. What do you mean by that? Not like a free hotel means what? Like anybody cannot just come and go. It's not like a free hotel. And then he tells, all the members should be very careful to execute their spiritual duty so that whoever come will automatically become a devotee and will be able to go back to Godhead in this life itself. So that's what is the Prabhupada statement in the purport. That he has given the society. In the society, if you do our sadhana, if the process which is given by Srila Prabhupada, if you follow that sadhana, the process, then no doubt in this life itself we can go back to Godhead automatically. That's what Prabhupada is saying. So again, coming back to the context what we're discussing, Bharat Maharaj was a deer and he was remembering what he has done in the previous life and he was repenting. So he left his herd of the deers, he came to the same place where he was staying as a Bharat Maharaj in the near to that ashram, and he started living there. And then he started thinking what he has done, what the mistake he has done, he was repenting. And then he left the body of the deer, and the next life he took birth as a son of the Brahmana, the Jad Bharat. Now Jad Bharat, he was again remembering whatever is done with him in the last two lives. He was on the verge of going back to Godhead, but somehow or other he got stuck in this material world. So he was remembering, I will not do any mistake further. There is no chance, I will not take any chance. So he started behaving like a dull and dumb person, a deep person. So he was just behaving like, I don't know anything. I am totally dumb, I don't give any work to me. So whatever work he used to give, he used to do, but then he was a self-realized person. He was a great devotee of Krishna. He is there internal, but externally he was not showing. So it so happened he got the opportunity, he was given the one day a service to carry the king in a palanquin. And since being a realized soul, he just saw on the way there's an ant going, and he was jumping when he was seeing the ant. And then because of the jump, the king was feeling uncomfortable. And then it happened some multiple times. And then the king came out and became very, very upset. He started scolding Jad Bharat ki, what you are doing? What way you are carrying me? And then Jad Bharat started speaking his realization. And when the king Rahuguna heard this, he realized, oh, what a great sin I have done. He's a great Mahajan, he's a devotee, he's a Mahat. And he fell on the feet of Jad Bharat and he told, please enlighten me, please speak about Krishna to me, so that I will also get benefited. And then Jad Bharat started speaking his realizations. As a pure devotee of Krishna, he started glorifying the Lord and he started sharing his realization. And that is for our benefit for all of us. And this is the sloka where it tells that what is the process we can get bhakti for Krishna. So this is a very, very important sloka for all of us. In this sloka is the sub and substance of the whole Krishna conscious philosophy. Like we come to follow devotion service, we perform the devotion service to get bhakti for Krishna, to develop love for Krishna. And this sloka tells how we can develop that. And then he tells that it's not by doing severe austerity. He's telling not by tapasa, na yati, not by doing tapasya. You cannot get bhakti by doing tapasya. You cannot get bhakti by doing the gorgeous worship in the temple. No, you cannot just do that. You cannot just get bhakti by that. Nor by entering a renounced order of life. No, that by doing renounced order also you cannot get bhakti. Or not by studying Vedas or worshipping water, sun, or the fire. You cannot get bhakti by doing all these things. Because he is speaking from his own realization. He did all those things in his previous life. He's a realized soul. He did all those things and then he left everything. And then he is now as the Jad Bharat. So he is telling, Please don't do all these things. You cannot just get bhakti by doing all these things. We can get bhakti by only one thing, and what is that? Vina Mahatpad Rajo Vishekam. We can get bhakti only by putting the dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee on our head. And that is the only process we can get bhakti. Unless we bathe ourselves in the dust of the lotus feet of a sadhu, we cannot get Krishna. And that is what he's telling in this sloka. So, as we have discussed earlier also, like there are three very, very potent things for getting Krishna's bhakti. What Kaviraj Goswami mentions in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, what is he saying? Bhakta Pad Dhuli and Bhakta Pad Jal, Bhakta Bhukta Avashish, Teen Mahabal. So, these are three different, very, very potent things which is there available in this material world for a person like us to get bhakti. And what is that? Bhakta Pad Dhuli, the dust from the lotus feet of devotee. And the second is what? The Bhakta Pad Jal. When you do the abhishek of a pure devotee, that water we should sprinkle on our head, Bhakta Pad Jal. And then Bhakta Bhukti Avasesha. That means when we offer the bhoga to Krishna, then that becomes a Mahaprasad. And that Mahaprasad, when it is touched by the lips of a pure devotee, it becomes Mahaprasad. So these are the three things we should try to take to get bhakti. So now what is the meaning of taking the dust from the lotus feet of the pure devotee? When the pure devotee is there, we can take the dust, right? We can take the dust from the lotus feet of pure devotee. That's good. That physically we should do that. When we see a pure devotee, we should take the dust from his head. But it's not that always we can keep doing that. So that's what it is said, like the Vani Seva and the Bapu Seva. So Bapu Seva we should do. That's important. We should not neglect that. We should not do physically the service to the pure devotees. But at the same time, greater than the Bapu Seva is the Vani Seva. By following the instruction, by pleasing the pure devotee, by our service, by worshipping the pure devotees. And that's what is being said. Like putting the dust from the lotus feet on our head is surrendering ourselves at the feet of the pure devotee. And that's the process of getting perception in perfection in this life. By doing that, we can get perfection. We can achieve the purpose of life when we surrender to the instruction of the pure devotees. So the same thing is being mentioned in various places in different scriptures. Like in 5th canto, Rishabdev is teaching to his son. He tells, Mahat Seva Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes. Mahat Seva Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes. By serving the Mahat, by serving the pure devotees, the path to liberation we become free, we attain the path of liberation from material bondage. By rendering service, regular service to the feet of the pure devotees. Then, again, it has been said like by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj says in the 7th canto, when he is speaking to his father, Hiranyakasipu, he tells what is the process of attaining bhakti. So he tells like, Naisham matistvad uru karma griyam sparshinartho pagamo udhartah mahiyashapad rajo bhishekam nishkinchananam navaditayavat. So what is telling? Mahiyashapad rajo bhishekam. Mahiyasha is who? Mahiyasha is the great devotee. So Mahiyasha, from the feet of a great devotee, when we put the dust on our head, so unless one smear his body with the dust of the lotus feet of the Vaishnava, who is completely free from material contamination. That's important. When you put the dust from the feet of a pure devotee, then we get attachment to the lotus feet of Krishna. So what is the meaning of the dust from the lotus feet? Again, that means worshipping the devotee. We should worship the devotees, the pure devotees. And the same thing, again, in the Padam Puran, Mother Parvati is asking Shivaji, Shankarji, what is the best worship? So she says, Aradhana Nam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhana Param. So Lord Shiva is answering to Mother Parvati's question, what is the best worship? So he is telling, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhana Param. So the best worship is worshipping Vishnu. Aradhanaya nam sarvesham Vishnu aradhana param. Then he tells, okay, next line. Tasmat paratram devi tadyanam sam archanam. Better than worshipping the Vishnu, worship the devotees of Vishnu. That is better than that. So the best worship is, of all type of worship, the worship of Lord Vishnu is the best. And the better than that worship of Lord Vishnu is the worshipping his devotees. That's what his Padma Puran Shivaji is telling. Right? So that is the importance which is given. We have seen, like Rishabdev is not different from Krishna. He is speaking the same thing. The Prahlad Maharaj was one of the Mahajan. He is the authority for us. And then he is speaking the same thing, that by sparing the dust from the feet of a pure devotee, we can get attachment to Krishna. And then Shivaji is telling in Padma Puran that the best worship is worshipping Vishnu, but better than the worshipping Vishnu is worshipping his devotees. So Srila Prabhupada says here, like the highest goal of a life is to please Vishnu, but higher than pleasing Vishnu is to please his devotees. That's what Srila Prabhupada says. And then again in Adi Puran, it is said, like Krishna is telling to Arjuna, what is that? Ye me bhakta jana partha, ne me bhaktascha me janah, mad bhaktanam cha me bhaktas, te me bhakta tama mata. So those who worship me directly are actually not my devotees. That's what Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Those who are worshipping directly is not my devotee. So then, but those who are devotee of my servants are factually my devotees. So we cannot approach Krishna directly. Right? That's what is our parampara. We cannot approach Krishna directly. Right? It is said, love me, love my dog. Right? That is very popular. It is said, love me, love my dog. That means you should have that much love for the master that will love the master dog also. So that is a higher taste. In the sense, it's a taste like it's not I'm loving the master, I'm loving his dog also. But when I'm loving the dog, I'm not loving the dog independently. I'm loving the dog because he's having relation with the master. Otherwise, what is the value of the dog? Right? When I'm loving the dog, I'm loving the dog because this dog is related to a master. I'm showing my love for my master by loving his dog. So Krishna says, I become more pleased when you serve my devotee. Like Krishna sees that my devotee, my pure devotee is not having any avilasa, anya avilasita sunyam. My devotee is not having any avilasa. There is no having any aspiration apart from pleasing Krishna. And Krishna is so overwhelmed by the service of his pure devotee that he wants to serve back. He wants to give back something to his devotees. But then devotees are having anya vilasita sunyam. They don't have any desire. They don't want to take anything. They don't want to take anything from Krishna. And that's what Mahaprabhu says in the 6th Ashtakam, the last sloka. Asilishyava padartam pinastumam adarshanam marmhatam karotuva yatha tathatu vindhatu lampato mat prananata sunaparaha. That means you embrace me or you handle me roughly. I don't care. Kandharvika Giridhari ki jai. So he tells in that last, my Lord, you embrace me or you handle me roughly. I don't care. For me, you are my pranath all the time. You do whatever to me, you are my pranath. And that is the mood of a devotee. Because Krishna came as a mood of his devotee Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu is showing how one should pray to Krishna. How much dedication one should have for the Lord. And that's what it's showing, that whether you embrace me or you don't embrace me, you do whatever. Yatha tathatu vidhatu lampato. You do whatever you do. But for me, it's like you are my pranath all the time. And that's the reason Krishna wants to serve his devotee, but devotees are not willing to take anything from Krishna. So Krishna is failing again and again. Yeah, I want to serve, but they are not taking anything from me. Then what to do? So when he sees somebody else is serving my devotees, so the work what he is supposed to do, he wanted to do, what is being done by somebody else, he becomes so pleased to that person. So that's the process. So that's the reason Krishna becomes so pleased with his devotees, because he wants to do that, but what the other person is doing, he wants, oh, that person is doing this, so I'm very happy with this person. So he's telling, those who are serving me is not my devotee. Those serving my devotee is my devotee. And that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again says in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Gopir Bhartur Pad Kamalyor Das Dasanudasa. That I am Dasanudasa. It's not I am servant. I am servant of the servant of the servant. And that is what is our parampara. Right? So it is said like Krishna is the property of his devotee. Krishna sold himself to his devotees. And that's what our acharyas are also telling, like Krishna se tomar Krishna dhite paro, right? Tomara sakti ache. Ami to kangal Krishna Krishna boli, dhari taro pache pache. So Krishna is a tomar, Krishna is yours. And you are having the power to give Krishna to me. I have nothing. I am me to kangal, I have nothing. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing that song. Ore Vaishnava Thakur, Dayare Sagar, Edase Karuna Karu. So he's writing that. I don't have anything. I am Kangal. I don't have anything. And you have the whole power, the pure devotee of Krishna. You have the power. You have the Krishna with you. Please give me Krishna. And you have the power to give to me Krishna. And similarly, Narottam Das Thakur writes, Tomara hridaya kare, Govinda Vishram. And Govinda kahe, Mora Vaishnava Pran. Ere Vaishnava Thakura. That song is there, na? In that very beautiful line it is there. Like, Tumhara Hridaya Sada Govinda Vishram, Govinda Kohena Mora Vaishnava Pran. So we cannot approach Krishna directly. What Srila Prabhupada says, that is bogus. Prabhupada writes many places. We cannot approach Krishna directly. We have to approach Krishna through proper channel, in the parampara. And that is the parampara. That's the reason we have to attach ourselves to the parampara. And then only Krishna's mercy comes, and we can approach Krishna. Like we say that we are Rupa Anugas. Right? We are the Anugas. We are the follower of Rupa Goswami. We don't say that we are Krishna's Anuga. Right? We are Rupa Anugas. We are follower of Rupa Goswami. And who is Rupa Goswami? Rupa Goswami is a devotee of Krishna. He is a Rup Manjari. Right? In the Golika Vrindavan. Rupa Goswami is a Rup Manjari. And who is Rup Manjari? The Manjaris are, they assist Sakhis. And Sakhis assist Radharani. And Radharani serve Krishna. And we are the follower of Rupa Goswami. So our role is to assist our Guru. And the Guru is assisting Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is assisting the Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And that is the parampara goes. So that is the way we can serve Krishna. And that's what is there in the scriptures. Krishna is telling multiple places, is there in the scriptures. By putting the dust on our head, that meaning is what? That we should follow the instruction of a pure devotee and dedicate our life in service of that pure devotee. And that way we can go to Krishna. And that's the reason we are the Rupa Anugas. Like many a times we see many devotees, apparently they are great devotees, but they are not having any other thing. I am there and Krishna is there. That's the only. There is nobody else. In fact, like Mirabai, you can say. So we are not follower. We are not. Our parampara is not that. Our Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara, we are helpless. We don't have any power. It's only the mercy of our Guru. We are somehow or other trying to serve Krishna, and that's the reason we are Rupa Anugas. So that is the process, and that is the process which is coming in this verse. If that is the process, then how we can get bhakti? And the bhakti again is telling Jadbharat, who is non-different from, he is the pure devotee of Krishna, who is like Bharata Maharaj, previous birth, and the son of Krishna himself. He is telling that by putting the dust from the pure devotee on your head, you can get bhakti for Krishna. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami is writing so many beautiful verses. It is said like that Ladni Mataji, that the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, she used to say, If you want to become mad, you want to be mad in the Krishna's love for Krishna, you read Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu gives the instruction to Sanatana Goswami in the Madhya Leela. What he says? He says, Sadhu Sanghe Krishna Bhakti Sadhaya Dihaye Bhakti Phala Prema Hai Samsara Hai Chai. Sadhu Sanghe Krishna Bhakti Shraddha Yadi Hai. By Sadhu Sangha we get the faith for devotional service. And through devotional service, the dormant love for Krishna awakens in our heart. So that is the process. Process is, by associating with the devotees, we get faith in devotional service. And then when we perform the devotional service, we get mercy of the Krishna. That's the process to get mercy of Krishna, and to bhakti for Krishna. So our dormant love for Krishna is there in our heart, but that awakens when we associate with the devotees. And in that association, our actual sarup, the Jiva sarup hoy, Nitya Krishna Das. So our Jaiva Dharma is to serve Krishna. Our eternal constitutional position is to serve Krishna. And that's what the position, we have forgotten that. And that revives when we associate with the devotees and serve the pure devotees. And then, next what is like, next sloka, what is said like, Mahat kripa bina ko no karme bhakti naya Krishna bhakti dure rahu samsara hoy chaya. Now he's telling, what is the means when you cannot get bhakti for Krishna? Mahat kripa bina, without the mercy of Mahat, without the mercy of the pure devotee of Krishna, you cannot get bhakti for Krishna. And then he says, what about bhakti or Krishna? Krishna bhakti dure rahe. Forget about Krishna bhakti. Your bondage with material world also will not be free from bondage of material world if you don't get Mahat bhakti, mercy from the Mahat, mercy from the pure devotees. So whatever we do, we put kanti, we put tilak, we put sikha, we do so many things as a devotee, but all those things is not going to help. The only thing what is going to help is kripa from the Mahan. And we should look for that kripa all the time. We should look for the opportunity that we should get an opportunity to serve the Mahat. Serve the Mahat in Vapu, serve the Mahat in Vani. And then how we get bhakti by hearing? What is that process through which we get bhakti through hearing? Why by hearing from the pure devotee we get bhakti for Krishna? So this is another very beautiful sloka. I'll just read that. It is there in the Prithu Maharaj in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in the 20th chapter, 25th verse. So there Prithu Maharaj is praying to Vishnu. When Vishnu appears, he was leaving, then he prays. Sah uttam shloke mahatmukh uchyato bhavat padambhuja sudhakara nilaha smritim puna vishmitam tattva vartamananam kuyo ginayo vitratyalam vare. So what he is telling is very, very nice, very, very beautiful sloka. You just see what is the meaning of this. My dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses. Sa uttam sloke mahat mukh uchyato. So uttam sloka, in the sense selected verses glorifying the Lord. And when it is spoken by mahat mukh uchyato, when the mahat mukh is spoken by the mahat, then it is like saffron dust particle at your lotus feet. And when the transcendental sound vibration from the mouth of the pure devotee enters in the ears of the forgotten living entity, the living entity has forgotten his relation with Krishna. So when that aroma of the saffron dust particle goes in the ears and through ears reaches the heart, then he revives his relation with Krishna slowly. So the process is, when we hear from the pure devotee of Krishna, the mercy particle, that's what is mentioned in this purport Srila Prabhupada writes. When we hear from the pure devotees, the mercy particle from the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna comes out from the mouth of the pure devotee and enters into the ears, and from the ears it goes to the heart of the forgotten living entities. And then the false ego, which made the living entity forget his relation with Krishna, that contamination start moving out. So that false ego which is there in our heart, what is that false ego? Like who am I, in the sense I have forgotten who am I actually. I just think my position is I'm a man, I'm a woman, I have read this thing, I have my qualification is this. So that are the false egos. So this false ego covers the soul, and because of that covering of the soul with this false ego, our living entity forgets his eternal relation with Krishna. And when he comes and sits in the classes of the Mahat, the pure devotee, the layers, the contamination which is there around the soul start dissolving. That contamination start going out. And that's the process in which we can become pure. Now what happens when a new person comes? So he may not like, because of the ignorance and the passion which is there in the heart, he may not like to sit for long. So what is suggested is to do some seva. So by doing the service for the Lords, doing the service for devotees, what happens? That Sikruti comes. And with that Sikruti, we become more purified. And when we become more purified, then what happens is, we start sitting in the class. And by sitting in the class, we hear about Krishna. And by hearing the Krishna, we get much more purity in our heart. Then we do much more service. By doing more service, we make more Sikruti. And that process continues. And that's the process of elevating a person who is there in the ignorance and passion to the pure devotion to Krishna. And that's the process. So, when we say ki, okay, so we to serve the pure devotees only, what about the other devotees? So what I was just hearing, a very beautiful lecture, I don't know who was giving, I think Gaurang Prabhu was giving that lecture. So he was saying, it's not only pure devotee we should serve all the devotees. Why? Because when we serve the pure devotees, most of the time our false ego will not be rubbed. Right? The pure devotees are like, they will not be very much this thing. But when you serve your peers, then many a times our false ego get rubbed. Right? Something somebody says, why he said that way and how he said this way and that and this and that, so many things happens. So when that rubbing happens, so the false ego, because of so many unwanted rough edges which are there, like it is said, like when you put a stone in a bag, in a big bag, multiple stones with the rough edges, and you just shake the bag, so the rough edges which are there pointing out in the stones becomes smooth, right, after some time, by rubbing if happens. So when we serve the devotees, the rough edges which is there in our false ego, which is covering our soul, it gets dissolved, right? So we get much more purification in our heart. So this is a process of purification. By serving the devotees, we purify our heart. And then Krishna appears in that heart. Like when you try to see a distant object by a telescope, right? When you see a distant object by a telescope, the object looks a bit far. Then what we do, we adjust the focus. Process of adjusting the focus, we put the more and more lenses in between eye and the object. So the object looks much more closer. So it is said like, Krishna is also very far. We see Krishna is very far. But when you put devotees, more and more devotees between me and Krishna, Krishna becomes very close, appears very close. So devotees are that lenses. Like by putting the lens, we see the far distance object close. By serving more and more devotees, our heart purifies, and then Krishna appears in our heart. So that is the process. So that is with that process, we can become purified, and then we can realize the process. We realize the purpose of our life, the reason for being in this material world, to go back to Godhead. That's the only purpose. There is no other. Till the time you are not going back to Godhead, we'll keep coming in this world again and again. So we are here because we have not done something which we are supposed to do, So we have come here again. So this is the process what Mahat Kripa. When the Mahat Kripa happens, we get the mercy. And to get the Mahat Kripa, we have to serve the devotees. We have to please the devotees by our service. And with that, our heart purifies, and then we can go back to Godhead. Now, very beautiful story is there. I just like to share which I heard. So, there is a story of Madhavendra Puri in the Chaitanya Charitamrita about how he made a temple on the top of Govardhan hill with a Gopal as a deity. With the left hand he's having the Govardhan in his hand, and right hand is having the flute. So that story is there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Like if you read, you must have read like how he went for get the chandan and all those things. So it's in the same story. So he made a very beautiful temple there in the top of the Govardhan, and to take care of that temple, the deity, he initiated disciples there. And then in that parampara of the disciples, one devotee, one person was there, his name was Krishna Das. Now Krishna Das was a pure devotee of Krishna. He was a Mahat, he was a Premi, he was a lover of Krishna. And he was like our Srila Prabhupada. Like whatever you see, good thing, the luxurious thing, something very tasty, something is very good, he used to use for the service of the Lord Gopal. So it so happened, like once a king from Rajasthan, he came. So Prabhu is from Rajasthan. So king from Rajasthan came, and he gave huge amount of money to that Krishnadas. Krishnadas he offered to the Gopal. And when Krishnadas saw, it's such a huge amount of money. So he was very pleased, very happy. Oh, now I should go and purchase a very, very wonderful thing for my Lord. So he was staying in a Govardhan. So he decided that I should go to Agra. I should go to Agra and purchase best cloths, the best itr, the perfume, the best instrument, the best, everything best, I'll just go and purchase. I got a huge money, now I should do that. So he takes his associates and he sits in his bullock cart and he starts going and he in the market and he purchases all those things. While he was returning from the market, so while returning, there's a brothel on the way to Govardhan from the Agra market, he's returning to Govardhan. So he just crossed the brothel. In the brothel, there's one very famous prostitute was staying there. The young girl, the very beautiful girl, the very famous, very good singer. She used to go and sing in the court of Mughals, the king. That time the Mughals were the king. So she used to go and serve them. And used to sing very nicely, all those things. This was very famous. Nobody can meet her. She used to go in palanquin and all those type of things were there. So Krishnadas was coming from the market and he just heard. And then what is happening? This lady, this girl was singing, practicing at her home. She was staying there. And then he was doing the alap. And all of a sudden, by Krishna's arrangement, she just stopped. And now Krishnadas was just hearing that who is singing so beautifully. Now I should take her to Gopal. She should sing for my Gopal. And Gopal became very pleased. He was not doing anything. Now she just stopped. And Krishnadas, as we know, that devotees, a pure devotee of Lord is expert of everything. Right? And we see also in practical, like Prabhupada knows everything, whether singing, whether cooking, whether reading, or writing, or whatever, the lecturing, whatever you say, he's a Mahat. He's a pure devotee of Krishna. And he was knowing everything. And he alone at 70 years of age, can you imagine, like he was cooking for 50 60 person alone, and that too full meal, not only the one single khichdi. Right? So Prabhupada used to cook, right? And that was the puris, sabjis, pulaus, or what not. He used to cook for gulab jamuns, the famous gulab jamuns. And when they ate, and because of that gulab jamun eating, and so Mahat is serving, these hippies become happy, they become devotees. So I would mean to say is like devotees are the perfect. Devotees knows everything. So this Krishnadas Baba was also Mahat. And he was knowing he was very beautifully, he used to sing. But Gopal. So when he was hearing that lady singing, and lady stopped singing just all of a sudden, so he continued from that. Gopal, the Krishnadas continued with the same pitch. He matched the pitch. And when this lady heard this, hey, who is this singing so nicely? So she told her servant, please go and see who is there outside singing. So the servant went out and then came back. Hey, there's one devotee with a kanti, with a tilak, with a effulgent face. So when the Krishnadas, he asked, who are you? And then Krishnadas also came to know he's a servant of the lady. So the servant told, my master, the lady, Ramjani wants to meet you. Because Ramjani told her servant, please call her, who is singing. Call him, who is singing so nicely. So Krishnadas came to Ramjani. Met. Then Krishnadas was not knowing. Krishnadas asked, oh, you are singing so nicely? Why don't you come and sing for my Lala? My Lala is there in Govardhan. He sits there. Then Ramjani told, yeah, you know what you are talking. And Ramjani was not doing anything. Lala means something, somebody must be there. So Ramjani told, I take 100 gold coin for my one performance. I take 100 gold coins. Can you give that? Well, oh, what you are talking? My Lala is very, very big king. See, I am the servant. I have got 1,000 coin in my bag. And he said, this is 1,000 coin I am having, see? And this lady got very much inspired. Yeah, really, a very good, a very big person has come to me. So he said, okay, I'll come. I'll perform there. Because he was thinking, I'll get some money. I'll perform. So Krishnadas told, okay. So you do one thing. You take your best sari, you take best jewelry, you take best, everything best what you are having. Best instruments. With your best associates. Come and we'll go. So now, bullock cart of Krishnadas is going, and behind the bullock cart of Ramjani is also going. In the entourage of Ramjani is going. The full, all the instrument, everything, and they are ready to perform to Lala in Govardhan. And then they started moving towards Govardhan. So when they are about to enter near to the Govardhan, the people saw, they say, what has happened? This is a pure devotee is now moving around with a prostitute. So it is said like, and then the rumor spread all over. This is what is happening. This Krishnadas Baba is now moving around with this lady. So it is said like, you cannot understand the bhava of a pure devotee. A devotee, we should not judge a pure devotee by seeing what he is doing. They are beyond our comprehension. So that is, we should not judge. We should not be judgmental in our life. We should not see what others are doing. But we should see only, if you are not the authority of the devotee, we should not see we should not try to judge that person. We should see only how I should do my seva, instead of seeing how others are doing. How I should do the service to Srila Prabhupada, to my Guru, so that they are pleased, instead of seeing what others are doing. We should not critical to devotees, because it is very, very, one thing is we get mercy by serving the Mahats, by pure devotee. But at the same time, if you do Vaishnava Aparadh, then whatever the bhakti is there, that will go. The mad elephant offense, what you said, that the garden of the bhakti which is there, that everything will get devastated when we do aparadha against the devotee. So here the Krishnadas was going along with that lady, and then the rumor spread everywhere. So anyhow, they reached Govardhan. So they reached Govardhan afternoon time. This afternoon, so altar was closed. So he thought, okay, it is a long distance from Agra to Govardhan. So he told to Ramajani, you do one thing, you take bath in the Govind Kund, be ready, and then we will go. And then you can perform to Lala. So Ramjani took bath in the Govind Kund, and then he told already that you put the best dress, best everything. So he was best makeup, best dress, everything she put. And then he told, she asked, hey, what your Lala likes to hear? What your Lala likes to hear? So he told, oh, my Lala likes Hare Krishna. So he sang Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The lady, oh, I know this. Okay. So Krishna told, okay, you sing in, take some melody and sing. So she told, okay, it's the evening time, we'll go there. So I will sing the evening melody. Okay, fine. So Krishnadas took that Ramjani along with his associate, all the instrument, everything. They reached to the temple and they sat in front of the altar, and the altar was closed. It is said that by taking bath in the Govinda Kunda, all the impurity, all the sins what she was having, that got eradicated. And what is that Govinda Kunda? The Govinda Kunda is the same Kunda when Indra started forgiving the offenses we did for the Govardhan Leela, na? That so much rains and everything happened. Then after that he realized, oh, this is Krishna himself, and then he begged for his forgiveness. So he came and he did Abhishek of Krishna with different type of sacred waters from the Ganges and the milk and then Tulsi and all those things. And the Krishna, he did the Abhishek, and that water formed a kunda. That is the Govinda Kunda. That is there still there. If you do the parikrama in the Govardhan parikrama, it comes Govinda Kunda. And if you take bath in that Govinda Kunda, all your sins you'll free of all your sins. So this lady took bath and she become free from all the offenses, all the sins what he did. And then he heard the Hare Krishna mantra from the pure devotee. The heart getting purified. So when she reached there in the temple, she was sitting in front of the deities and she was just waiting to see the Lord, and the Lord curtain opened. And she was seeing not Gopal, he was seeing Shyam Sundar Krishna standing with the Govardhan and the Vamsi in his hand. And she becomes so overwhelmed seeing Krishna there. It is said like the darshan of Krishna was the same darshan what Radharani and the Sakhis and the Gopis and the Gopals they saw under the Govardhan at the time of Govardhan Leela. The same darshan Ramjani had on the top of Govardhan when she saw Shyam Sundar Krishna in front of her. So she becomes so overwhelmed with devotion for the Lord. And then she started singing the Hare Krishna mantra, the Hare Krishna Kirtan she started. And this ecstasy of that love for Krishna, she just left her body there while singing. And it is said like, what is that transformation what has happened in the heart of that lady? One day before she was a prostitute, right? And the next day she has left her body, she has gone back to Godhead. So that is the power of association of devotees. That is the power. And with that power, if this type of a lady which is involved in prostitution become pure devotee and go back to Godhead, what about all of us? That is the power of bhakti. So we should always look for the association of the pure devotees. We always should try to serve the devotees. Always should try to, in service of devotees, in such a way that we should always remain connected with Krishna. Always we should feel presence of Krishna in our life. And that is what is the story of this Ramjani. It's a very famous story in the Vrindavan. If you meet somebody who's there in that area, they will tell the story. It's very, very inspiring to hear. A lady who is a prostitute, in one day, such a transformation happens, she went back to Godhead. It is said like, when we chant our rounds, we cry for years together for Krishna. We read books, we prepare ourselves for Krishna to appear. But when somebody who is not ready and Krishna appears, they will not be able to absorb. So it's said like if that happens, then person will leave. He cannot live with his body if he sees Krishna, if he's not ready. So that's what has happened. And since he left, he went back to Godhead. So that is the power of association of pure devotees. So that is the power of Mahatpad Rajobhishekam. Vina Mahatpad Rajobhishekam. That's what Jad Bharat is telling. That we should always look for that association. Without Mahatpad, without that dust from the lotus feet of the pure devotee, we cannot get Krishna's prem, Krishna's bhakti. So today is a very, very auspicious day because of the disappearance of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So we just try to tell some few things about. I think there's no issue, right? So Prabhuji has given me instruction that I should speak something. So I thought, okay, I will just try to tell something about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is the Simha Guru. It's very powerful. And it is because of him we are sitting here today. You know how? Because he only has given the instructions to Srila Prabhupada that you should go and preach in English in Western countries. And that's what Srila Prabhupada did. And because of that ISKCON came. And because of that ISKCON came, we are all here. So we should be eternally grateful. So in 1922, Srila Prabhupada met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Ultadang Junction, right, Prabhu? Anybody has gone there? Now they have renovated. Yes, Prabhu, you have gone there?
Before renovation,
I thought before renovation. Now it's a wonderful temple. It's fully renovated, and it's said like it's the same the way it was there in 1922 when Srila Prabhupada met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that the renovation has happened. I've also not gone. I've just seen some photographs. Very beautiful. We should not miss that opportunity to go there and get that, see that place and get purified. So Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, it is said like Prabhupada appeared in 1896, and he met Srila Prabhupada, means his Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in 1922. That means that time Srila Prabhupada was 26 years old when he met. And Prabhupada says, when I met Srila Prabhupada, means Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, because he was also called Srila Prabhupada by his followers. So when he met, that time Prabhupada says, our Prabhupada. I was working in the very big company, pharmaceutical company, the Bose Laboratories. I was working in the Bose Laboratories. I was very well off. And I was very much in the Gandhi's movement, the freedom struggle. And Prabhupada left his, I think he was doing a BSc, has left his education. And he joined full-time in the Gandhi's movement. And then one day his friend Narendranath Malik, he told, why don't you come and meet one great devotee is there who just speaks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he told, I'm not interested. Srila Prabhupada told, I'm not interested. Like all of us. So what happened is, like Prabhupada says, like his father was a pure devotee. His father, Srila Prabhupada's father, was a pure devotee. And he used to call so many sadhus in his house. And he used to tell, to bless my son, to become, so that he become the servant of Radharani. So Prabhupada said to his friend that I have seen many sadhus, but nowadays sadhus are not up to the mark, so I don't want to go. So his friend told, no, this Malik, Narendranath Malik told, no, you please come once, you see he's different. And then he came and he met in Ultadang Junction to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And the first instruction what his Bhakti Siddhanta has given to Srila Prabhupada, you are a young person, you know English language, why don't you go to Western countries and preach this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Then Srila Prabhupada said, who will listen to this message of Mahaprabhu, because our country is controlled by British. First we should become independent, then only they will listen to us. Then Bhakti Siddhanta told, no, this message is not dependent on the time and akal and this thing, the situation and the context. And this is independent of nationalism or anyism, because a pure message of Krishna is for all of us. So how to become us free from the clutches of material world is much more important to make the country free from the Britishers. So Prabhupada told, he was telling in one of lecture in Gorakhpur he told like, he was a scholar and I was a young boy. How can I very easily got defeated with him, and what was Bhakti Siddhanta told. And then he told, I felt very happy to be defeated by him. I felt very happy to be defeated by my Guru. So that is the point when the Srila Prabhupada met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So coming back to the appearance of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in 1874, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur appeared in Puri. He was the son of Kedarnath Datta, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. and mother was Bhagavati Devi. So, if you see that house, I think it is on the Grand Road, no? That now is the Gaudiya Math. So that is the place they used to stay. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a great devotee of the Krishna. And he was seeing that pure message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which has come to deliver the fallen living entities of this world at this age of Kali Yuga, is getting degraded. There's nobody who can help him. So he prayed to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, you have given the message, but the message is getting degraded. So many Upsampradayas, the Sahajiyas, so many people are there, that message is not there. Now Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that Chaitanya Charitamrita was also not there. The Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur tried for years, then he got one copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita, because that also was missed. So he prayed to Mahaprabhu, please send me your eternal associate. Send me a ray of Vishnu's to eradicate the darkness of Kali Yuga. I want somebody from your association, your eternal associate should come. So it is said, like when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was 6 months old, so Rath Yatra was going on, and then the Jagannath refused to move forward beyond the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And people tried with so many ways to push the Ratha, but Ratha was not moving only. Then the mother of Bhagavati Devi thought, okay, now the Jagannath is here, I should take the opportunity, take my son, get the mercy of Jagannath. So she took her son, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, she climbed to the cart, put the son at the feet of Jagannath, and the 6-month-old child took the dust of Jagannath. And then the garland fell from the Jagannath into the Bhaktisiddhanta's child, 6-month-old child. And then his father realized his prayers are answered. So he prayed, Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed to Vimala Devi. The Vimala temple is there. The pleasure-giving potency of Krishna. The temple is there just behind the Jagannath temple in the same compound. If you visit Puri, if you do let's go behind the Jagannath temple, there's a temple of Vimala Devi. So there Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed that I should get a son which is eternal associate of Mahaprabhu. So he understood this, my prayers are answered, and he kept the name Vimala Prasad, because by the mercy of Vimala Devi, he got the son. So Vimala Prasad, the name. So it is said, like he was so brilliant, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in the age of 7 years old, he memorized the whole Bhagavad Gita. Each and every sloka he was memorized. And not only memorized, he used to give commentary. He used to speak on Bhagavad Gita at a 7-year-old boy. It is said, like once he started, some mangoes are come to this father's house, and he took one mango and started eating. His father scolded, why you are eating is not offered. And then Bhaktisiddhanta becomes so much disturbed by that he took the vow, I will never eat mango in my life. That is the type of determination he was having. So he used to see once, he used to hear once, he used to memorize. So he used to hear what Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to speak in his courtyard. Many pure devotees used to come. He was a young 9-10 years old. He used to hear all those things. So hearing all those things, he became very, very strong in mathematics. So he went to college. So it is said, like he read so many books in the library, everything was there in his mind. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Everything was there in his mind. So he wrote, he was very strong in mathematics. At the same time, he was an astrologer, very famous astrologer. But then he realized that these are material things, I should not indulge in these things. So he left all those things. In fact, he's written a commentary. It's called on the astronomy, Surya Siddhanta. And because of that writing as Surya Siddhanta, he got the award of Siddhanta Saraswati. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Siddhanta Saraswati name came because he has written this Surya Siddhanta. The book is still there. It's very difficult to understand what is written there. I think Dhanvir Goswami Maharaj has written some commentary on that book that's recently, some few years ago. So that's the way things were going. And then what happened is, like, at that time, Jagannath Das Babaji came from Vrindavan. Now, Jagannath Das Babaji was a great devotee, a Mahabhagavad devotee. And he came to know about Bhakti Siddhanta. Bhakti Siddhanta used to associate with Agnadas Babaji because all this is now the Mayapur. So he came to know his brilliance. So he told, why don't you write compile all the dates of the different Vaishnavas, their birth date, the different tithis, everything you combine and put a single place. And that's what is the calendar, Vaishnava calendar, what we say, the initiator is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So it started from there. That Vaishnava calendar, what is there now, it started by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Then that way he was just going on. Then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he was the disciple of Bhagwan Das Babaji. He came from Vrindavan to Mayapur, Navadip. And he shifted from there here. He was a pure devotee of Krishna. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur told him, like, you have to connect with the parampara, then only mercy of Krishna will come to you. He told to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his son. And then he told, why you please approach Gaur Kishore Das Babaji and take initiation from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Now Gaur Kishore Das Babaji has not initiated anybody. He was not having a single disciple. So when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur approached Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Babaji told, hey, I am illiterate. I don't know how to read, I don't know how to write. And you are the greatest scholar of this age. Why you are coming to me to take initiation? You go to somewhere else. I am not qualified to give initiation to you. So Bhakti Siddhanta told, no Maharaj, it's not that way. Whatever the knowledge I'm having is of no value because I don't know about Krishna and you know about Krishna. So I want to serve you to get that in my heart, to purify my heart, to make the meaning of my life successful. So he told, no, I cannot give initiation. I don't give initiation to anybody. Now, he came back, he told to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, no, he's not giving initiation. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, no, you have to go and take initiation from him only. There's no other way. So he again approached Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. And then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji told a very wonderful thing. He told, okay, you are coming again and again, so I'll do one thing. I'll ask Mahaprabhu. I'll ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what should I do? So, when I'll meet him next time. So again Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur went back and then again approached after some few days to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. And then Gaur Kishore Babaji told, oh, I met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but I forgot to ask. So, okay, no problem. Next time, again, when I'll meet, I'll ask Mahaprabhu. So, after a few days, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur went back again and he asked, whether you asked Mahaprabhu? He told, yes, I asked, but then Mahaprabhu told, you need not to give any initiation to him. So hearing that, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur became very, very morose. He started crying. He started telling, what is the use of this life if I don't get your shelter? And then he told, I am going to leave my life now, I want to die. There's no meaning, there's no purpose for me to live further if I don't get shelter of your lotus feet. I'm going to die today itself. Hearing this, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji became very, very happy. Yes, seeing his enthusiasm, seeing his determination, so many times he came and he is having that bhava. He told, okay, I'll give initiation to you. You go and take bath in the Saraswati river and then come back. And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur took bath and came back. And then the initiation happened and he became the only disciple what Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was so strong in his philosophy in Krishna consciousness. It's said like once it was like very prominently it was going on like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not Krishna. He's a great devotee, no doubt, but he's not Krishna. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he heard, he called for a debate in Mayapur. He called all the people of that area. You come and I will tell. And he called everyone. And then he started speaking. He speak from Srimad Bhagavatam. He is speaking from Chaitanya Charitamrita. He spoken so many Upanishads, so many references he gave. And he proved that Mahaprabhu is not different from Krishna. And in that assembly, it is a huge hall and the hall was full. And he was just, Mahaprabhu, Bhakti Siddhanta was just speaking with very much force. And at the end, everybody agreed, yes, that's what is, it's proven now. And in that assembly, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji was sitting in a corner. We were just hearing what Bhakti Siddhanta was speaking. And he became so pleased after hearing Bhakti Siddhanta about the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He became so pleased. He told, he is my Prabhu. He told, he is my Prabhu. And he declared, one thing I just forgot to tell, his austerity is what he used to do. So it is said he took a vow for chanting 1 billion name of Krishna. 1 billion name means 100 crores. Now 100 crores he chanted for 9 years, he chanted like 192 rounds daily. He used to chant 192 rounds daily. And he was having one hut, he used to sit there and he used to keep chanting whole day and night. Daily 192 rounds. And then what he used to only eat one time. And he used to cook himself some rice and dal, the khichdi. And he's not having any plate, he used to put on the floor. And he'll put his hand behind and he will eat like a cow. That's the type of austerity. And then it was his vow is like in one time without taking the breath, how much I can eat, that much only. The next day, the next prasad will come, that's all. So that is the type of the austerity he used to do. And he used to sleep on the floor without any pillow. And then that area, like the flood, in the rainy season, flood will come, the rains will be there for months together. He used to put the umbrella, he used to chant. The type of the austerity he was doing. So when the Gaur Kishore Das Babaji was telling, he is my Prabhu, he declared that the type of austerity, the type of scholarship he is showing is non-different from the Rup and Raghunath. That's what is declared. He is the same category of the Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So then there are so many different pastime of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is there. Like once there's a debate, great debate was happening. Who is great? Is the Brahmana is great or the Vaishnava is great? In fact, there is a very, very beautiful book by Bhakti Virugas Maharaj. The 3 books. What is the name of that book? Bhakti Siddhanta Bhagavad. Very, very nice. Please, I'll request everybody to read. I read many years ago. So nice it is to read that book. Only thing you need one dictionary when you read that. Because it is written in the same, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is written in that like the way the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was there. Na? So for me, I was looking for the dictionary, you may not need, but that's what it is. So it was a great debate was there. Who is great? Brahmana is great or Vaishnava is great? And then a big crowd happened. And then there again he proved with the same, because he was the photographic memory. He used to memorize by seeing it, by hearing once. Shrutudhar. And he proved, yes, the level of Vaishnava is something far beyond the level of Brahmana. So when the Gaur Kishore Das Babaji left his body, so when he left his body, what happened is like there different Babajis used to be there. So they started fighting to claim the body of Bhakti Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. They started fighting. What they were thinking, if I should take this body and I'll put in my matha, and then lot many people will come to take darshan, I'll get donation. So that is what the intention was. And that time, Kuliagram it was like, Kuliagram he left his body. And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was there in Mayapur. So he came to know about it, his Guru Maharaj has left his body. He took a boat and he crossed the Ganges and reached the place where there's so many Babajis was fighting among themselves to get the body of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. It is said like a police came. The police came that this Babajis will fight so much that we don't know what's going to happen. The police also was there. So Babaji, when the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur reached there, he asked the simple one question. The person who can take this body of my Guru, if there is any one person who has not touched the body of a woman in last 1 year, please come and take this body. Nobody came forward. Now it is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur with some purity, with a strong this thing was speaking. Nobody is having dare to lie. So in 1 year, if you have not touched the body of a woman, then you come and take this body. Then nobody came. It was in 6 months. Nobody came. You 1 month, you have not touched the body of a woman, come and take this body. You will know nobody is there. It will last 3 days. If you not touch the body of a woman, you come and claim this body, I will not say anything. Nobody came. And then, after some time, all these Babajis went off, and his disciple took the body of his guru and made a beautiful samadhi there. And somehow that samadhi, because of the Ganges, changes its direction of flow, so that because of that, it went inside and the Ganges, and then Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur took that samadhi from there and established in the Mayapur. So when you visit in Mayapur, Chaitanya Math, it is there, Gaurkishore Das Babaji's samadhi. So that is the type of conviction he was having. So he took his body and the samadhi established. It is said like the Yogapita, when it was where that place where the Mahaprabhu took birth appeared, that place was declared by Jagannath Das Babaji. He only told that this is the place where Mahaprabhu appeared. So when the digging was happening to make the temple, it's said like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was involved in that place, but digging and making the temple. So that place only that Adokshajay Krishna deities which is being served by Sachi Mata appeared there. In the sense it was there. And it's still there in the Yogapita, if you see, it is the deity, small deity is still there. They keep worshipping. So this is some of the glorification of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So we are very, very grateful, as we told. It is because of his that Srila Bhakti, our Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, went to America, he preached, and then ISKCON came up, and we are all here. Prabhupada used to say, never a single day I felt separation from my Guru. It is a desire of my Guru that I should preach, and I tried, and you all supported me. He was telling to his disciple. Prabhupada wrote, I met in 1922, he told me to preach in English language. And then again, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur left his body in 1936, in 31st December. And just few days before that, our Prabhupada has written a letter to him. Please kindly let me know what I should do, how I can serve you. And again, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur given a reply back to him telling the same, that you should go and preach in English language in Western countries. So it's reiterated again. Our Prabhupada says like, it become very, very, I very much convinced that yes, this is what desire of my Guru. And that's what it is there in my heart. And when he took sannyas in 1954, left his home, Vanaprastha, Prabhupada. In 1958, Prabhupada took sannyas, and then he went to America in 1965. He was writing Bhagavatam. So it is there, Prabhupada used to say, nobody was there with me when I was there alone. In Vrindavan, I was writing. Whether I was there in America, I was on the ship for 2 months. But not a single moment happened that I had not felt the presence of my Guru. My Guru was guiding me all the time. In fact, it is said like Back to Godhead magazine, what is Srila Prabhupada, he started in 1944. So the first magazine came, it's a newspaper in fact that time, in the appearance day of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And many places we see he is dedicating books to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. This is type of love our Prabhupada was having for his Guru. So it's a very auspicious day today. Let us remember our lineage, where we are coming from. And let us try to behave in a way to please them. So today is also a New Year Eve, right? So 2023 is getting over and we are entering 2024. So It is a time for all of us to contemplate, to see that where we were, where we are now, and where we have to go further, and to correct the course if it is required. To have the determination to reach to the target what we have set for ourselves. So this is a day. It is said like every passing year we are becoming older by 1 year. We are getting closer to the death by 1 year. But that's what is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Every rising of the sun and the setting of the sun, we are getting close to that by 1 day. But for devotees, they are going close to Krishna by 1 day and the eternal life if you are involved in the service of Krishna. So on this day, we should contemplate, we should see, we should course, correct, so that we can reach where we want to go. We can meditate, we can pray to Krishna to give the power to have faith in Him in all circumstances of our life. So wish you all a very happy Krishna conscious New Year. So if there is any question, please ask on the things what you have just discussed. Yes, Mataji, please.
What can they pray for Siddhant Saraswati Thakur today? What are the many things that we can pray?
What we pray to Krishna is between we and Krishna. What we pray to pure devotees is between we and pure devotees. But we should see what is the qualities they are showing to us. And we should pray to have those qualities in our life also. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, as a 5-year-old boy, he took a vow not to eat mango. The whole life he has not eaten. That a type of determination he was having. So we can pray to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur today to please give me that determination in our heart so that I should also do whatever we decide to do in our life. To serve my Guru, to serve Krishna and please the devotees. That's what I feel. So we should see, because everybody is having unique relation with Krishna, right? Because Krishna is infinite. Krishna is Ananta. And everybody is having a unique relation with Krishna. It's not a monotonous type. Like if I'm having some relation with somebody, I'm the one personality. So my personality will remain the same. But Krishna is having unlimited. Like it is said, like 16,108 wives Krishna was having in Dwaraka. And see, each was having one palaces. And Krishna was there simultaneously with each one of them. And with the same different mood, is not the same mood. Different mood in which the queens are there in that same. Like Satyabhama, he was in different way. With the other wives, it was different way. So Krishna is having relationship with us, eternal relationship with each one of us. In the bhava in which you are there. So with that bhava, we should pray ultimately so that at the end of this life, we should achieve the purpose of life for which we have come in this world. That should be our meditation today. We should meditate on Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to give the determination that I should read Srila Prabhupada books daily. We should pray to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur so that I should chant daily the rounds what I have taken a vow to chant. With the mood of crying like a baby, what Prabhupada says for Krishna. That's what we should pray to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That's what I feel. Any other question, Mataji? Yeah.
Prabhuji, whenever we come Sunday here, this is very important. Obviously, we have love for Krishna, that's why we are blessed to come here. But so many responsibilities, so many limitations are there. So which is more important? Bhog, Kirtan or Jap, Mala? which is the most important. I
She,
hope you got it what
I understood. I try to answer because this
Yeah.
is a very
Because-
common problem. Everybody is having the same. Grihastha's problem is
Mainly
there.
neutral
Yeah.
families,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
It's-
So what my Guru Maharaj says is like, uh, for a mother, the highest priority is to take care of the children. In fact, taking care of children, that is the highest priority. But at the same time, we should see the basic minimum thing what I am supposed to do, I should do.
Yeah.
If coming to the temple every day is difficult, at least one day I should come.
Yeah, but I was asking daily routine, like
Okay,
serving bhog to Krishna Bhagavan, because now I cannot do that. Matlab, I'm saying I do that regularly without serving bhoga, without onion garlic. I make it sure that I serve to Krishna Bhagavan. I do kirtan. But then japa, I know when I'm asking the answer I'm getting also. But what is more important?
Mataji,
Kirtan or
what I understand is
yeah.
what is required, what Mahaprabhu told, we should chant our rounds, what is there. So first priority to give the time to children. Second priority, that's what I was trying to tell, is the basic minimum thing, the standard we should fix. This is the basic minimum I have to do. There's no other way. Like when we are diseased, we have to take the tablet. The tablet is the basic sadhana, what we have taken, we have decided that means I have to do this much. You may not do kirtan, you may not do offer to bhoga, bhoga to Krishna. Okay. So what I just suggest is like you decide the priority. What is the highest priority? If I suggest to you is priority should be my children, my japa, my reading. If these three things are happening, then other things, if I'm able to get time, I will do, or else I will postpone it. Because that's what is expected. Like when we take initiation, it is said that we took vow that this many things I have to do, and that 16 round chanting is there. So we should chant. Because chanting is the time when we connect ourselves with Krishna. And Krishna is pure. And when we associate with him, the anarthas which is there in the heart become free of those things. So chanting should be focused. At the same time, what is your inclination? If you want to do kirtan, you can do kirtan, Mata. There is nothing lying wrong in that. In fact, kirtan is very much suggested to be done. But chant your rounds, do cooking, and do kirtan if you are getting time. But it's not a mandatory. For a Mataji serving the family, doing our sadhana is more important, or personal sadhana. And then extra thing, whatever you can do, that you can do. In fact, Krishna sees the bhava, right? He's the bhava grahi dhanardhan. So he sees the bhava. In fact, there is a story in which like a devotee was thinking that I'm cooking for Krishna, and I'm offering very beautiful kheer he prepared, and he offered to Krishna. But while preparing, he touched the pot or something happened. His finger got burned. In the mind only, just thinking. And he was so much in the bhava of thinking that I'm offering to Krishna, that really his finger was burnt. So Krishna is bhavagrahi. Krishna sees your intention, what is, you want to please Krishna, right? And you want to follow what Prabhupada has said. So you do your chanting. And then if free time, if it's there, do your kirtan, you offer to Krishna.
That is not possible. Without offering Krishna food, I cannot serve the family. It is in my consciousness that at least if kids are not there in Krishna consciousness, by serving that prasad, something will go good in
So Mataji, certainly you should, see, as a devotee, we have to eat only what is offered to Krishna. There is no doubt in that. But at the same time, you should chant also. But if you list the priorities, what is the priority? First thing is chanting. Second thing, you offer the bhoga, make a prasad, and distribute to the family. Do the kirtan, do whatever you want, but then if you are seeing the priority, these are the priorities. Please offer the food.
Yeah.
If I have not told, that's a mistake from my side that you should not offer. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then another most important thing is, you are coming to a temple is very good, but you should get connected. Are you going to some bhakti vriksha? Where do you live? Oh, Prabhuji's. Oh, Prabhuji is a devotee only.
We used to actually already
Okay.
attended a lot of
Okay,
places, but
okay,
not
okay.
currently we are not attending.
Okay, okay. We connect with some devotee.
Yeah, Mataji said, are you connected with her?
So that's what the purpose of the whole sloka is, like we should serve the devotees. By serving the devotee, you'll get bhakti. So we should get connected with some devotee. I was not knowing. Any other question? Yes, Prabhuji, please.
First of all, thank you for having your class, Guruji. Such a great legacy that we are coming in. Glories of Vatan Thakur, I really like that. I mean, Thakur is like our great grand Guru. So we want to follow in his footsteps. But when we hear some pastimes like he was contemplating of giving up his life. So such things are not only too much for us to take, but these things should not be glamorized also. Right?
Should not be
Glamorized.
glamorized. Okay, okay.
Some people may have some suicidal tendency disorders, and they may, in following in the footsteps, may, take bad action. So how should we understand it? Shastras are very clear that it is a sin to
True.
commit
Correct.
suicide. So
You are very right what you told. We should not take. One should not take his life. But
how can we understand?
so yeah. So when Raghunath Das Goswami came to Vrindavan after the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left his body, so what he decided, that I'll go to Govardhan, I'll jump and I'll leave my body, because he was so much feeling separation from Krishna, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then the devotees told, hey, why you are doing? You are the only person who has seen the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You be at Radhakund, stay there. And Raghunath Das, because of Raghunath Das Goswami, we are having Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because he used to speak for 3-4 hours. That's what Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami told him. You are the only person who knows the pastime of Mahaprabhu. You be and tell that, we want to hear that. So every day he used to sit and tell about Mahaprabhu's pastime. And Krishna's Kaviraj used to hear that. And based on that, what he heard from Raghunath Das Goswami, he wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So what he told is right. But at the same time, they are Mahabhagavat devotees. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That's what his guru told. He is not different from Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami. So we don't have to imitate what he has done, I should also do. At the same time, what it is trying to sow, he was trying to sow, or what is the desire he was having? If I not get the mercy, I don't get shelter of my guru, then there is no meaning of my life. That's what the enthusiasm he was sowing, it's not saying he was having. If I don't get shelter of my guru, there's no meaning of my life. So what we have to do, we don't have to follow, because the way he was living, he was chanting for 9 years for 192 rounds. Like Haridas Thakur. He used to eat only once, that too with his mouth, sleeping on the floor. So it is not possible for us. It is like my Guru Maharaj says, if you imitate them, you'll die. You cannot just do it. We are not having that capability. They are Mahabhagavat devotees, eternal associate of Krishna. They are here just for us. So it's not that he was trying to do something we should also try to do, because they are in different level. We should try to see the bhava at which he was telling. That is the bhava I should also have for my guru. If I don't get shelter for my guru, then I should die. Bhava is like that. So that's what we should not try to imitate. We cannot imitate them. They are the different level. We are different level. They are there to inspire us.
So the bhav is important, that if we are not getting shelter, then our life is waste.
Our life is waste. Like our Prabhupada, he met his Guru Maharaj in 1922, and when he got initiation, 1933, he waited for 11 years. After waiting for 11 years, he got initiation. In fact, into 1923 to 28, Srila Prabhupada was there in Prayag. Means he went to Prayag in 1928 in the Kumbh Mela. That Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to Prayag to establish a Gaudiya Math there. And then they came to Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada says that I was remembering whatever my Guru Maharaj told me in the first meeting. It was there all the time in my mind. This knowledge of Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the right hand. Now it will be preached all over the world. It was there in the mind of Srila Prabhupada. So when he met his Guru Maharaj in 1928, he again recollected those things. It is said that like once Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur went for along with his disciples to Parikrama, Brajmandal Parikrama, that 84 course Parikrama is there, no? So Rasi course Parikrama they do. So, so it is there one place. That time Prabhupada was there in the Prayag. Prabhupada went to see his Guru Maharaj because Guru Maharaj came from the Calcutta. He was there in Prayag. Prayag is near to the Kosi where he met. So he came to know that he will be there when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur will be there on Kosi at this date. So he just went there. So that day it was announced that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur will give lecture. So all devotees are sitting. Then another announcement happened. After some time, the nearby temple is getting open. Those who want to take the darshan of the deities, they can go. The remaining can stay back. So it is said like most of the devotees went to take darshan, and Prabhupada remained there. So when Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur was remembering this, when he came for the initiation, he was remembering, I know that you are so much eager to hear. So with that is the way we should serve the Mahabhagavad, the today's sloka, the hearing from the pure devotees. So we should see the bhava, which bhava. And that is the eagerness what Srila Prabhupada is shown, how much eagerness he was having, a desire to hear. And because of that hearing, we see what Srila Prabhupada has given to all of us. What he has got from his Guru, he has given to all of us in the form of his books, in the form of his lectures, in the form of his letters. So we cannot imitate Srila Prabhupada what he used to do. Srila Prabhupada used to sleep only for 2 hours. Can we do that? He used to sleep only for 2 hours. But we have to see the bhava with which he was preaching. He was given his life and soul for preaching Krishna conscious message all over the world. And that's bhava we have to take. So that's what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was having a desire to live his life, but doesn't mean that we should also try doing so. Because he's in a different stage, we are different level. I hope that I could able to write for you. Any other question? Any other question? Okay. Okay then, we will finish for today. Thank you all very for hearing whatever I tried to speak. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.